What's up, everybody? My name's Chris Marshall, my man Frank G, and we are the hosts of Build Your Empire podcast. You know the rules. We're going to talk for 15 minutes. We're going to put that timer on. And Frank, what are you doing over there?
I just poured myself some Ciroc on the rocks. I had myself a
Oh,
good
damn, you getting
Friday
faded real early.
dinner. Yeah, I mean, celebrating here. Celebrating. Another week in the books.
What you
Hopefully another
celebrating?
week. Hopefully another week sooner for this coronavirus to be at an end. So we're out here celebrating.
All right.
Although
I mean, if you're celebrating just life, then cheers.
Yes, sir. Cheers. Always celebrating life. Although there was a sad moment today, I had just found out my across the street neighbor has passed like 30 minutes ago from the coronavirus. So,
Damn, this went dark.
yeah,
RIP to your neighbor across the street.
yeah, it's always sad. I mean, it's a sad time anyway, but it's always sad when you know of someone or know them.
I don't even know how to portray this time. We just went from celebrating to now sad times.
Yeah, that's life, man. But I'm still sipping to life.
Apparently, a whirlwind of emotions over there. So yesterday we created a show, as we do every day for the month of April, 30 podcasts in 30 days. We titled it Hi Hater, which of
Mhm.
course got some clickbait. So we didn't discuss our haters fully yesterday. We've touched upon it, but as of now, today, I think it's important to give recognition to the supporters out there.
Yes, we love you guys. Supporters is nothing like you.
Fuck yeah. I mean, the supporters are the best. If you got me, I got you. Them supporters, I mean, oof. Ultimately, what we're trying to do without them, then we are useless.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, we pretty much need you guys to be us. And we thank you very much for those who are listening right now. And we're going to keep rocking. So keep rocking with us.
Yeah, but it's funny because uh, consumers of content don't necessarily know that they themselves are the product. It's very interesting. The
Well,
consumers themselves are essentially the product.
that would potentially be why we're on this side and they are on that side. As in, they are consuming what we are saying.
Yeah, but they probably also don't see it in the perspective in which we see it.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I said, which is why we're the ones creating this podcast for you guys. I mean, yeah, this is something we want to do, obviously, but we want to do this for you as well.
A little bit of both. I've been trying to showcase this for like 2 years now that when you create an audience, ultimately you create the leverage. And with leverage, you can go ahead and create opportunity and open doors in which you think wouldn't be possible.
As in the consumers.
Yeah, yeah. The same people who are listening right now are the same people who are now equipped with this knowledge and resource of a broadened perspective in which they could put to use and hopefully later monetize it just doing what we do, talking about subjects and creating a strategy and plan.
Yeah, I mean, we're showcasing this as well because we're still in the beginning stages. And if you've even listened now, you jump on now, or if you're listening from the beginning and you look at our views, we may not have a crazy amount, but that doesn't mean in tomorrow, a month, 2 years, 10 years that we're not going to have 12,000, 30,000. You can't stop when it's not, successful right away.
Of course not. When you're growing an audience on these platforms, it becomes extremely difficult to do so, regardless. At least a loyal fan base to get 10,000 people rocking with you, man, sure
Unless,
going to be a nice hill to climb.
yeah, unless I guess, you have some type of talent like singing, rapping, playing the drums. That's easy. I feel like that could potentially be
Well,
easier,
no, I mean, it.
but that person could
I
also
don't know
lack the
because,
marketing.
yeah, of course, because the talent shines.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you have a head start with that talent. Yeah.
Yeah, but the marketing essentially is just can you make something click and can you make something go viral?
Hmm.
I could be talentless, but if I was to make something go viral, that would get me the attention and which could potentially build an audience. So you just keep doing stupid shit. The problem is, you know, you have a brand, like you have a digital brand, which is what we're creating to have a portfolio so later down the line, when the digital brand is more looked at, right?
Known.
Like
Yeah.
it's like a resume, we're we're gonna have one that goes pretty in depth.
Yeah. I mean, this April challenge alone is gonna double our portfolio from when we started, even more than that. So maybe one of these episodes is going to catch on, and then you guys will have 40 plus episodes to look at or listen to.
Which nobody probably will, but it's cool to know that we have. I mean, again, ultimately doing this is our practice. And it's good to be the practitioner instead of the theoretical thinker.
Yeah, that's a solid one. I can
Yeah,
agree with that.
I follow this twin who on her bio, she has a couple hundred followers and she just put up podcast coming soon, Twin
Couple
Talk.
hundred. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's
What was that?
that could that mean that sounds like an interesting podcast. So she's going to have her twin as well as the co-host.
That's what I gather, but um and yeah, maybe it can be interesting, but you see how easy it was for us to kind of begin and do it. It would be very foolish for us to put podcast coming soon and just have that up there. Do you see what I'm saying?
I guess I see what you're saying. But that could have, I mean, you're letting people know, I guess, what you're about to. If she's releasing something tomorrow, then that's like a heads up, I guess. That's like promoting yourself.
Yeah, I guess what I'm getting at is more people just talk and promote as opposed to
Do
actually
do it. Oh yeah.
correct.
Well, maybe she took the
Yeah.
approach of what we kind of follow. Once you put something out there, you have to follow through. So maybe that was like the fire under her
Well,
ass.
I don't know. I mean, this person does multiple things like similar to podcasting,
But
right?
you
I
said she has
mean, so
200 or
how
2,000
how
followers.
I said a couple of hundred. She has
Couple of
like
hundred.
500 maybe. I don't
Uh,
know. Which
okay.
I mean, at least we had a little bit of a benefit of a baseline of my following and then, word to mouth with your following and family and friends, right? I mean,
Hmm.
that gives us something. But to just start with a couple of hundred, I mean, shit, we have such a hill to climb. It would totally suck if we had to climb that from scratch.
Oh, yeah, well, in that sense, for sure. I mean, so I guess that's a little bit of a head start, but that's the audience that was already built. So that's like take any, I guess Joe Rogan for example. He did many things before doing. I mean, he's done his podcast for 10 years now, but he was on Fear Factor, UFC. So I guess he had an audience already, so that helped a bit. But it still took him 10 years to get out there and heard by everybody.
I mean, well, it seems like people have to hop on something prior to it taking off, and then
Hmm.
obviously they get the benefits. I mean, Joe Rogan was recording conversations before it was a thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now he has a
I mean,
professional
just like
studio.
video gamers, yeah, 5 years ago there was no such thing as a video gamer making a living off it, and now fucking every Gen X wants to be a professional YouTuber or video gamer.
Well, yeah, I mean, Twitch has been around for a little longer than that, but yeah, certainly. Especially now the digital age is here. I mean, and also it's been done as many people making a living off of video games. I mean, certain games have had competitions, like
Twitch has definitely not been around for 5 years.
streaming video games certainly has. I have
All right.
personally watched um, video games being streamed for a long time, long time.
Which was introduced nearly 7 years ago, 2011.
Mm.
I take my words back.
2011 would be 9 years ago, my friend. But
That's
we will move on from that one.
yo, that's
You're
so this
talking
art.
to a gamer who games a little bit more than you.
Okay. I'm sorry, buddy.
I mean, no.
Doesn't I don't care. Typically, I would kind of it goes down with the internet, right? I would think I would know what's popping the internet. So yeah, obviously something was streaming 10 years ago, but that doesn't mean they were making money 10 years ago. I don't
Yeah.
think anyone was making money up until about 5 years ago.
I mean, there's probably I mean, my PC is probably about 5 years old, and that's what got me on it. People already being big like that, but yeah, I mean, it's relatively new. But some games hold competitions like it's crazy. People can win like $1 million prize for like
Yeah, you
crap like
had
that.
yeah, and League of Legends was probably the first, and I just would imagine 5 years ago was probably when it started taking off.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know exact stats, but
Neither do I. I'm just estimating because there's no way people were making a living on video games up until fairly recently, until probably you got Ninja making his contract money.
well, yeah, well, Ninja came with a fairly new game, but yeah, I see what you're saying. But yeah, I guess we'd have to look into that. Probably won't though.
I'll look into it right now.
Well, what are you Googling things over there?
Yeah, of course I'm Googling things right now.
Well, keep
I
in
mean,
mind we are on 15 minutes on the clock. We need some voice here.
yeah, I know. I maintain conversation. I'm good. I'm good. I got it. But I'm trying to figure it out. But I would imagine 2015's date. That's mine, and we'll figure it out.
That's your estimate.
Yep.
Yep. What?
Well, we can. When was the first esports
Well,
gamer?
I'm talking about Counter Strike, kid. That's been around for years and years and years and years. People have been making money off Counter Strike for a long time, much longer than 5 years ago. That was like one of the first games, and it's still played to this day. People make money off of that. So if you're like talking like
I mean,
Fortnite,
yeah.
that's a new game. So Ninja is kind of irrelevant in that sense because that's just a new game.
Hmm. I don't know. It seems like I got to go in depth here, but yeah, it's very interesting stuff. A lot of people hit me up. They want to be like professional gamers, and I'm like, go for it. Just fucking practice. What do you want me
Well,
to tell you?
that essentially is, I mean, you need talent for that. You need to be really good at the game, and some people are just crazy good at those things. I mean, I've played games my entire life, and I am certainly nowhere near as good as some of these streamers.
Yeah, and they're probably like 12.
No. There's professional people our age, kid. There's Nick Merckx. He's probably one of the highest paid from Fortnite, Call of Duty. That dude's living life, traveling, and they're interesting to watch. I mean, that also comes with entertainment. You're being funny, but I mean,
I don't know,
essentially, you're
man.
selling
When we had live
yourself.
video, I kind of wanted to go on Twitch. I feel like there's opportunity on Twitch. Not many people are on Twitch, which means Twitch would blast out your content. I hear people streaming on Twitch of them just like cutting up vegetables and shit.
I mean, that's probably not the popular stuff, but yeah, I mean, I've seen people like stream fights on Twitch that were like, "Yo, follow me, and I'll pay for this pay per view," but you essentially get kicked off of Twitch for doing stuff like that. But that's a pretty smart way to do that.
Yeah, well, I'm not trying to pay for a bunch of fights, but yeah, I mean, if you were willing to throw money at me, it's kind of easy to get people to listen to you and watch you. Apparently not when I did it the other day, though. Foolish people. Foolish people.
What with your listen to this and you
Yeah,
get
you just had,
$25?
just had, yeah, just had to tell us the guidelines. Just had to tell us the guidelines. But when you break the numbers down, makes sense.
I mean, if I could make $25 every 15 minutes, that's certainly something I would love to do. So yeah, foolish people.
20. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, do I make more than that at my job? And then I calculate, I'm like, nope. Yep, I will do
No,
that
no,
too.
no.
$25. I mean, I would totally take $60 an hour. Give me that.
Yeah, yeah. That's definitely nice. Missed opportunity. What are you gonna
Man,
do?
yeah. I don't know, man. Yo, you seem very melancholy.
Me? No. Well, I did tell you some bad news, I guess, but I'm also just hanging. Friday.
I don't know, man. Seems like your energy's been off for the whole 15 minutes here, man. I hear the ice just circling around.
Yeah, that's a
Just
good. That was a good sip.
oh, I'm glad that was a good sip. I mean, any minute now, this finger should be off, and that's it. That's
It
it.
it may
That
be
episode
it may be
10.
going on longer than I thought because we didn't announce the timer and then it slipped my mind.
I definitely announced the timer, but I mean, that's not good considering I only had about 17 minutes of airtime to upload before I uploaded more time. So that would be inconvenient, which sounds like that is the case.
It could be. Yeah. I am unaware of when I hit the timer, but we here are about to sign out of this episode.
Yeah, it. Sounds like we're signing out without a dinger. My sign out message, make sure we got the dinger, my friend.
The
Totally. He
dinger.
definitely forgot to put it on.
Nah, it seems to be on a low volume. So I'll just ding us out like that in the 15
Yeah, yeah,
minutes.
good job. That's the dinger. That's the dinger right there.
We love you guys.
We out.